Hello, everyone, and welcome back to All Things Undone. If you are a new member of the All Things Undone Facebook group page, thank you so much for joining our family. We are so glad to have you. And if you are returning, welcome back, fam. What's up? What's the tea? Hey, y'all. And joining me today is my co-host. I'm going to let him introduce himself while I take sip my water.
Guys, my name is Jonathan Hawkins, also known as J Hawk, right? I'm the co-host with the most. Thank you guys for tuning in. We feel blessed to have you guys rock here with us because we got something very special, something futuristic for you.
Futuristic. Yes, we do. Today, what we talking about? First of all, what is this show about? Because we got new people. We got new people that's going to be coming on. We talk about life after divorce and how to move forward successfully. We're reconnecting with our authentic selves. You know how you lose yourself? You get married and you want to accommodate your partner. So you become all these things your partner wants and less of what you want. That's not in all cases, but most cases. And then divorce happens and you're struggling with like, well, who the fuck am I now? We're here to help you solve that problem. And we're
I,
also walking in love with God, ourselves, and others. That's the whole point of this. And in honor of Black History Month, we are going to talk about Twitter, Black Twitter in particular, because it has become literally an
X now.
icon. Right. Wakanda forever. X
Yeah.
forever. Black Twitter forever. So Black Twitter is on the map now. And if you don't know about Black Twitter, you have been literally hiding under a rock. And I've been
Uh,
doing some research on Black Twitter.
Tell you, Black Twitter is something. The
Oh
DOJ
my
could
goodness.
learn
I don't
something
know
from Black
why.
Twitter.
I was scared to death. Y'all, I'm in the house by myself. And I just heard Alexa in there talking. Who is she talking to? She's in the
Now,
other room.
well,
That just scared the shit out of me.
Your Alexa can be hacked, right?
Can she? Side
Yes,
note, Alexa can be hacked.
very easily. Alexa can be hacked.
How?
Okay.
Okay,
I
look,
mean,
we're gonna table
yeah,
that because now
that's a
I'm
whole,
scared.
yeah, we're gonna table that. But once you
Now
look
I'm
into that,
scared.
your Alexa can be hacked, and so you
Dang.
can have hackers listening into everything and all that craziness. Yeah. So yeah, check it out.
That's crazy. We're gonna talk about that on another show. Table that
Hmm.
topic. We're gonna talk about that. So Black Twitter is what we're talking about. I've been on Twitter all yesterday. Well, not all yesterday. I really couldn't be on there yesterday, but most of today when I had time. Because I wanted to pull up some topics. But before we do that, I want to tell y'all why Black Twitter has become so popular. It's been studied. There's several studies out. And I'm gonna click on one. So can you still see me, Jonathan? Because I'm all on another
I
page.
can, I can
Beautiful.
see you.
Yay. All right. So Black Twitter. This article that I pulled up is called How Black Twitter Has Become the New Green Book and More. So a little Black
Hmm.
history fact. Let me go ahead and get the Green Book up here for you guys. This is our
Mm.
Black history fact for today. We're going to talk about the Green
Yep.
Book and how
Yep.
it relates to Black Twitter. Let me pull
Hmm.
up my slide here. Hold on. My computer. And my computer is old, y'all. My laptop, and it's like, girl, don't be trying to have all these windows open. I ain't set up for that. My computer be talking to me. She's like, I ain't set up for that shit.
And if
Let's
y'all, some of
see.
y'all who are Lovecraft Country fans may remember the Green Book in there,
Mhm.
which is actually something that's real. It's really real. So yeah,
It's really
that whole
real.
Green
Dang
Book
it.
thing.
I can't get my
Hmm.
graphic up. But it's okay. I'm gonna tell y'all about it. Here we go. So Black Twitter, the reason they're comparing it to the Green Book. In 1936, in Harlem, New York, a black postal worker named Victor Green bound together a green 15-page booklet listing New York businesses that were welcoming to African Americans because back then,
Hmm.
during the that time, it was a lot of discrimination and racism going on, and Black people could not travel certain roads safely,
Hmm.
especially in the South.
Right.
So they came up with a way to communicate with one another so that they could move safely as they traveled. So in the coming decades, the Negro Motorist Green Book, aka the Green Book, expanded to
The Green
include
Book.
everything from hotels, restaurants to state parks and barbershops, with additions as far away as Bermuda and Mexico, providing
Hmm.
guidance to resist discrimination and threats of violence. Tell me that wasn't
Hmm.
a good thing that happened
That
with
was a
that.
great thing that happened because it kind of guided you safely. It was along the whole type of, you know, in the mind frame of Harriet Tubman as far as
And the
guiding
Underground
people.
Railroad.
Right.
Right.
So that's what it was, a new invention of the Underground Railroad, but
Mm-hmm.
giving you places that you can safely stay. Sometimes there were people's homes, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
they were different, uh, uh, you know, different, what I'm looking for. It's like a group home or whatever, different establishments that were friendly. And we had a lot of black entertainers back in the day that were not able to stay with their white counterparts, but they would stay in these different you know, establishments. A lot of our civil
Very
rights
true.
movement. Yep, a lot of our civil rights people. So,
Right. And so that part, and this is how
mhm.
it translates to today. What happened to the Green Book? What happened was it was discontinued in 1966 after the passage of the Civil Rights Act,
We
because
still need it.
presumably that Civil Rights Act rendered the content obsolete. Can you hear me?
I can definitely hear you, but
All right,
they
because
were
I saw
they
you
were
shaking
so
your head.
wrong. Who, me? Oh no, I was shaking my head because I'm like, we sure needed that still after
We
that
still
time.
need. We did.
Hmm.
Now, this is what Shamika Clausen, PhD candidate for the Department of Information Science, she is the one who wrote this study. She said the Green Book was designed to help Black people navigate a racist society. And unfortunately, we still exist in a racist society. And
Oh,
she went on to say, uh-huh,
Nimrata doesn't believe that. Nikki Haley, she said that we were never racist. This country was never racist. She's running for president. I'm sorry,
I know.
Nimrata. She goes by Nikki, but her name is Nimrata. I wonder why she uses Nikki. Anyway, I digress.
Hmm.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My brother did send me that clip of that congresswoman saying that she doesn't know where that came from. Like America has never been a racist country. The fuck, lady? What? What?
Mm,
Just
yep.
lying for no reason, all out in the public with it, all out in the public.
Tim
But
Scott said the same thing, but
oh.
anyway,
So
anyway.
Dr. Clausen, she went on to say, Black Twitter, like the Green Book, provides a powerful space in which Black people can share tips and experiences
Hmm.
about navigating it, right?
Yep. Yep.
Now, she went on to do an actual study. Her study, she collected and analyzed more than 75,000 tweets between April and May of 2020, and she did in-depth interviews with 18 Black Twitter users.
Mm,
So she did her research. So their analysis shine a light on the critical role the informal online space has played during the pandemic and racial unrest for recent years. Because when everything started to happen with police brutality, it really Black Twitter really was a pipeline to get information,
mm-hmm.
correct information out
Yep.
quickly.
Yep.
Now she went on to say it also exposes flaws that sometimes hurts its users because we know how we can be
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. But this is what really fascinated
Mm-hmm.
me about Black Twitter. Do you remember back in 2008 when there was some tweets going on about what was it? It was during the Thanksgiving, you black if or something like that.
Oh, I thought you
And
were talking about the ham. Uh, uh,
yeah,
Shirley
it was
Caesar was it?
before that.
Okay.
This was a little further back. Let me see if I can find that tweet in here. I can't find it yet, but it was crazy. She went on to say 140 characters can be all it takes to spark a movement. And it was right after Trayvon Martin. In the wake
Okay.
of the 2013 fatal shooting of death of Trayvon Martin, Black
Mm,
Twitter was the underground railroad for activism, is what it
mm,
became. Just like even further back, when they had this uprising in Egypt, Twitter was like the moving force behind that revolution. So
mm,
that's what it has become for us in the Black community, right? Well, at least for me.
mm-hmm. And
And I
that's
like
right.
to, I go on there for all kinds of stuff because we're gonna talk about some of this.
You know what?
Some of
As a
these
matter of
tweets.
fact,
Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought up Trayvon. The young lady he was on the phone with,
Hmm.
uh, she just had a birthday last week, and so she's had a time getting over, you know, because she was on the phone with him the majority of the time that he was being chased, and she's had a hard time getting over that. But yeah, she just celebrated a birthday. She's like she's moving on with her life. But
How old is
you
she
know,
now?
I have to go back and see. But we followed her from that time. Because a lot of us gave her because they treated her so wrongly in court. I think that the prosecution or the whatever. No, it
Mm,
was defense. It was Zimmerman's defense. Just really gave her a really tough time as a kid, and uh, just to see her get through that because she's Haitian and she didn't really
mhm,
speak English as well, and she was trying to learn and navigate two languages, and she was having those issues that we have sometimes as Black people in different spaces, different part of the diaspora, being
mhm,
here and then having the eyes of the nation on you, and being a heavier, dark-skinned woman,
mm.
having people to talk about the way you speak and you are. She around the nation, possibly around the world. She had a tough time,
So she's
but I'm glad she
traumatized. She's still dealing
she
with
was.
that.
Yeah,
Probably has post-traumatic stress disorder and everything.
yeah.
Oh wow,
But
that's crazy. So she would be what, 20 something now?
I can look it up for you and see. I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, I think she's probably in her twenties now for sure. But on the lighter side, we do the
Mhm.
activism part of it always. But I went to look at some other things, and amazingly, Black Twitter is also keeping up with some amazing accomplishments that are happening. I do want to touch on what's trending because I was kind of surprised about who's trending on Twitter today. But I wanted to touch on something called Afrofuturism that I came
Mm,
across while on Black Twitter. What is Afrofuturism? I was like, oh my goodness, what is that? It's actually it's like not a diaspora, but it's like a display of us looking at the African American experience in terms of changing the way we view our future. It's like experiencing the black past of our future, which sounds crazy because that sounds very sci-fi. It's just coming out of my mouth that way. But
hmm
let me pull up what it says here. It says Afro futurism is it looks at cyber cultural communications that damage, repair, and benefit the human society, which is a lot, right? Basically, it's looking at the accomplishments and achievements of Black people and actually looking at history from that perspective, as opposed to the way it's written today, which
Oh.
would seem like a big leap, right? But it's
hmm
acknowledgement of accurate world history because it reveals ancient awareness of advancing human progress that was already happening in ancient Africa years before any of the other civilizations even got to a point of where they were reading and writing. We were already there. So actually
Well ahead
teaching
of
it the
them.
way it should be taught, and not
hmm
from the very, very constructed
Not
what's
from
the word I'm
European,
looking
not from a Eurocentric view of
for? Right. Not from that.
African history when African history taught the Greeks what they needed to do. It gave
Right.
them, they sat at the feet of teachers, in Alexandria, different other places, and learned what they had. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. But
Yeah, but
I
it's an
completely.
exhibit out about it. I'm gonna put a
hmm
link up about it because I'm still learning about it. But it has what they're trying to do is make it a movement to where we acknowledge world history through our experiences,
hmm
politics, technology, advances that helps us all on a global scale, just like Black Twitter is now on a global scale. So I thought that was kind of cool, even to the point where I pulled up I don't even know if I could be if I could pull it up on here, because I just realized I didn't put my pictures in the right format for me to
Mhm.
pull it up on the screen. So
You know
I may
what?
not be able to pull it.
It's about time that we have that. So it sounds like this is going to be a direct, uh, it's going to be a direct turnabout of what this nation has been trying to do, and as far as anti-CRT and the washing away of what true history is. And
Right.
now this takes a look at actual history documents through the eyes, through the lens of the people who've lived it. And so, yeah, this is it's gonna be very interesting. Please
It
continue
is
on.
going to be very interesting, but we're gonna switch gears. I am gonna put the links up for this because it's a lot of information and people got to read it for themselves. But we're gonna switch gears, and I don't have a lot of people on right now, but I'm still gonna ask the question for the people who may watch tomorrow or the next day. How many Killer Mike
Mhm.
songs can you name? CRT, be careful. Now you want to explain CRT before we answer the Killer Mike question.
Yeah, CRT is actually critical race theory is not taught below 12th grade. I don't care what anybody in the GOP will tell you. They are
Yeah,
lying if they tell you
right.
that. All right, so critical race theory uh, looks at the way race relations has foreign policy that has affected everybody, people of color,
Mm-hmm.
people, white people, dark skinned people, black people, people of color. But it takes a look at the race relations and how it affects that. Now, why people? The
Mm-hmm.
real question is why people are afraid of it. It's the real question, right? But that's never taught below 12th grade. It's always an advanced level course in college. So
Mm-hmm. And it's an
that's the CRT.
elective. Like, it's not a required
Oh
course in
yeah,
college.
it's not a required.
Right?
No,
Let's just point
no,
that out.
you're right. Yeah, so we have a bunch of people who picking on the elective in order to drive.
Mhm.
I mean, it is bananas.
That's a good word. It's bananas.
Yeah,
You
B
already
A
know
N
how
A
we were
N
taught.
A
I'll
S.
never forget. True story. So I was in the eighth grade taking civics with Mr. Robinson. Do you remember Mr. Robinson?
Of course I do.
Okay, well, he was our civics teacher. So anyway, we were going through a
Jerry
civics
Robinson, right?
lesson.
Was it
Jerry
Jerry Robinson?
Robinson. He
Yolanda's
always
there.
pick on me that he should have married my Aunt Mary, that my Aunt Mary should have been his wife. Granika Dickie's
Ooh,
mom.
ooh,
Should have been his wife. But anyway, long story short, we were going over a
mm.
civic lesson. And in the lesson, he mentioned my cousin who went to prison to Parchment at the age of 14. They sent my cousin to prison. He had been accused of stealing something from, it was actually a firecracker stand, but in the book they said a library, to which they gave him like some god awful 30 years in prison or something. Technically,
I don't
what
even know this
happened,
story. I don't know this story. Please,
you don't know this story?
I don't know this story. I do not.
Yeah, well, the story lied in the book saying that he went to jail for stealing a library book or something. That wasn't the
Mm,
truth. It's not what happened. He was accused of smacking a white woman, um, after he had stolen or whatever, but that did not happen. Like the way they told the story was very incorrect. And my cousin spent the all of his teenage years to the age of 23 in Parchment as a 14-year-old.
mm.
And so he was let out at 23 with no reparations or anything. So imagine he's had to go through life trying to deal with the trauma upon trauma upon trauma that he had to, like as a child, So in the NAACP came down and all of that, but it wasn't public like it is today because this happened when I was a little girl. I must have been 5 or 6 years old, not
Mm.
too much older than that. So 1980, 1979, somewhere in there. And he has
I was in the
struggled through
city.
life dealing with that, but they lied to our faces. And I remember Mr. Robinson telling the story, and I remember getting really upset in class and saying, "That's a lie. That is not the truth." And he was
Hmm.
saying, "Well, they put it in the book." Well, they lied. They flat out lied. I know the whole story from beginning to end,
Hmm.
and that is not what happened to my cousin. They lied on him. They made him look like the enemy, and he is not. They turned this 14-year-old into this criminalized man. That did not happen. He was the first like 14-year-old to serve in general population at Parchment.
Mm.
And Mrs. the state of Mississippi thought that was like a thing of pride. No, I hope every one of those racist suckers are burning in whatever hell God has for them, because it was terrible, and it's still terrible today. It's many other stories like that, like all of the black men they found buried behind in Jackson behind was the police station.
It's a yep. It was one of the
Bodies
sheriff
upon
stations or
bodies
whatever.
upon bodies.
Yep, and mass grave, and they had the they had the prisoners to dig holes and bury other prisoners, and
Right. Just a
oh
tragedy.
Lord.
It's so, and so like
Mm.
I can understand why we have our ancestors PTSD, because we carrying all of that. And
Yeah,
all
it's
the other
called.
travesties of justice that continue to happen that have not been reported. And thank God today we got cameras, we got
Hmm.
phones, we got things where we can capture this and let people know what is happening, which is one of the reasons I love Black Twitter. As a
Hmm.
matter of fact, even today, if I have a hat on, I'm gonna throw it on in the air, like the Alabama brawl, baby. Look, I need some help. Y'all come help me
It's the
throw my
bat signal.
doggone head off.
The bat signal. You know, and I'm so glad because we I hate to hear people say things like, "Well, I'm not my ancestors." Well, there were some ancestors that ran the clan out of Bogalusa. So um, there was some
Yes,
uh,
they
there was
did.
some ancestors of mine that scared Ronald Reagan to death when they went to the Capitol with
Mhm.
legally with their rifles.
They're called
So
the Deacons for Defense, by the way.
Deacons for Defense, the Black Panther Party for Self Defense. There were there were people who were afraid when yeah
I can
so
personally say that I personally know some of the Deacons for Defense. They've passed away now. My father-in-law, who is now passed away, he was actually one of the Deacons for Defense. One of our church members, um, Fletcher Anderson, was one, and Robert Bob Hicks was the leader. So
hmm
all men that I got to meet and spend quite a bit of time with, because I was in
hmm
Bogalusa for 25 years, and they were very, very, very active in voters registration, making sure that the Black community got out to vote. They used to have meetings, I remember, organized meetings where you could come out and sit. Gail Jenkins is another civil rights leader in Bogalusa, and she used to organize these
mm,
big voting events where we would take people to the polls. They would have sheets out that would go out into the whole community,
mm,
to every church, to every school, to every small Black business in that neighborhood and surrounding neighborhoods, letting you know the candidates, who to vote for, who they represented, where they
see,
were, what their
yeah,
families were. Like when I tell y'all, it was so amazing. And when that lady died and those elders started passing away, that torch wasn't carried very well in the Bogalusa
yeah,
community. When I tell you Bogalusa had a thriving, strong civil rights presence, making sure that Black people got what they needed in the school system, in hospitals, they made sure local businesses, they boycotted. They were not afraid. If that business over there did one Black person wrong, the entire Black community shut it down. When I tell you
see,
shut it down, they shut it down.
see,
So and that let people know that once you take your money away, you hit people in their pockets, they
hmm
listen to you. I did learn that from
hmm
the elders in Bogalusa, and going even
yep,
further back in Brookhaven, we did the same.
yep.
But I just remember it as an adult. Hey Wanda, hey everyone, Corey, Sharna, and Nozara, thank you all for joining. But
Everybody,
yeah,
how y'all doing?
we don't have that. I don't see that in the community anymore.
Well,
I know.
we're not being outworked. We're being out organized.
Yes.
We're being out organized. So because we don't know. and or somewhere along the line, we got sold a bill of goods that, hey,
Yeah.
we don't need that anymore because we have arrived. So that's ridiculous.
I'm gonna tell you some things that are standard, and I agree. Wayne Bogue is backwards now. We're bearing too many of our own babies from our own foolishness. And Sharitha, thank you for joining. I think I missed my friend's name. Thank you, baby girl, for joining.
Mm.
But he's right. We are burying way too many of
No,
our babies. It's
I,
just go
that's
ahead.
sad. That is so sad. Um, I was listening to Black Twitter
Hmm.
recently, and we were in Black. So Clay Kane, Clay Kane is a he's on Sirius XM, uh,
Hmm.
and so he's there with a lot of powerhouses, right? When it comes to Dr. Karen, when it comes to Lurie Favor Daniels, um, and my man who just passed away here, the Black Eagle. And so Clay wrote a book
Hmm.
that's not, you can't find it on the shelf at all in Florida.
Hmm.
People have tried. And in the name of the book, and Black
Hmm.
Twitter tried to find places for it. It's not
Right.
there, but the name of it is The Grift, the
I've heard
downward
of that.
spiral of Black Republicans from the party of Lincoln to the cult of Trump.
I remember that book. You can't. It's nowhere to be found now. The Grift.
Not, not in Florida.
And thank you for joining, Reverend Spikes. I see you.
Hmm.
Uh, wow, that's
Yep,
crazy.
and
You
it
can you
is an
find it other
amazing
places
book.
though?
Yeah, you can find it here in Texas. You can find it in Texas. You can find it in Mississippi. You can find it in Louisiana. Can't find it in Florida. Now on the bookshelves,
Well, I
not in
guess not with the
bookstores here.
Suntays down there.
Hmm.
But we
But
will have to link up for that book for sure. But
yeah,
we do need to get back to a place of community. Now, I moved in Florida. I'm not surprised. I said that. Ron DeSantis,
run to
yeah, that
Satan,
ain't that ain't
the
happening.
sanctimonious.
Oh, the sanctimonious. Oh my goodness, that man. Whew. Well, look what I got.
Oh
Speaking
wow.
of, this is what made me think of it. Now, Bogalusa does have its crime, but we had the Crew of Eve parade Friday night, and this
Mm,
is the throw that I got. No, I did not go to the parade because I don't like people that much, not right up on me, that not that close. But do y'all know a shooting took place at the Crew of Eve parade in Mandeville, which is deemed one of the safest areas in
mm,
southeast Louisiana? A shooting occurred at the McDonald's on Highway 22, like right off the Mandeville Ponchatoula exit. One man
mm,
was injured. That was it. Everybody kind of scattered. They don't know if the parade had made it down that way yet. And that's a really busy area. Like, I came home Friday from work, and it usually only takes me 30 minutes to get home. It took me 45 minutes because I had to detour around all of that, the parade happening to get home. Yeah, they were shooting in Mandeville, which was a shock to me. Guess how I found out? I found out this morning. I'm at work and I'm going through my spiel. I'm onboarding specialist for a wound care company. So I'm
mm,
doing my spiel and I'm telling them about how hard a time I was having getting home Friday. And one of the new hires said, "Oh my God, did you hear about the shooting that took place in Mandeville during the
mm,
parade, the Crew of Eve?" I was like, Mandeville? So I had to go Google that. And sure enough, it was definitely a
mm.
shooting down there. Somebody opened fire at the McDonald's. So it just goes to show you can try to be as safe as you want to. If people are going to act up, they're going to act up.
This is true. So we just have
Right. Whoever it was, they better remain anonymous, because if St. Tammany do catch you, then it's over. It's over for whoever it was. And trust me, I'm pretty sure they'll find out, and we'll hear about it because they have cameras everywhere. So we'll
to
see. But it was a big crowd. That's that area by like the Raising Canes and all that. Every year it's like too many people. It's just too many
mm,
people. I don't do parades for that very reason. I can't, it's just too many. But here's my throw. So shout out to my neighbors, Amber and AJ. I told them I was gonna shout them out because they got me some nice throws. They got me a little, I don't even know what this is.
what
A
for a
llama.
brother over here in Texas, man,
Uh-huh.
what is the Crew of Eve all about? You like Adam and Eve or the Eve or
Yeah, it's
something
just
like
it's
what?
it's about It's about women empowerment. It's a crew full of women, and we have different crews. We have all kinds of crews. So they're just representing women empowerment and women doing their thing, and so they represent Eve,
Mm,
Mother Earth. Now we are
mm.
at our break time, so we're gonna stop right now and take a break. Please come back because I want to talk about what's trending on Twitter. I got some other stuff I want to talk about. So
Okay,
y'all
let's
come
do it.
back. We'll be back. We'll be back.
And we're back. All right,
Oh,
guys,
we
we
made it
back,
back.
y'all. And now
Now
Granny,
listen.
she is about to bless us with some Black Twitter knowledge.
Well, actually, I'm gonna switch gears because I forgot one thing I supposed to been going over.
What's that?
Listen, y'all, I put a post up the other day. I'm circling back to Black Twitter, but I wanted to touch on this. I put a
Your
post up the other
aunties.
day because this lady kind of wait, hold on, not yet. This lady had me triggered a little bit. I'm be honest, she
Uh
had me a little triggered
oh.
because she said that
Uh
we
oh.
women over 40 were on the clearance rate. I'm gonna go ahead and play
They
this, and
are.
then I'm gonna talk about it.
They are. I'm just playing.
What? What?
Your aunties. Someone around you should be mentoring you to get married. That's not what I do. I have my own daughters. One is married, one's gonna be married soon. So y'all really need to have conversations with your moms, aunties, mentors, okay? For women over 40, y'all, this dating landscape is different. No one is really talking to us about how different the dating landscape is. I went through it at 43, married at 44, maybe I was 42, I don't know. But I'm 45 now and I'm doing my
I
best
know
to
she
help y'all
is.
understand. Okay, you want a clearance rack. Okay, you got to pick the best. We're manager special. It's not what it was in your 20s. It's not what it was in your 30s. And some of y'all over 50 that I meet and you really still think y'all got options. You're so independent and set in your ways. You blame it on the men, but it's you, sis. It's you.
Y'all.
well, well, I don't know. So
I kind of
I
mad with
heard
her.
that there's an exception for that rule if you like have if you're like under 5'4" with one deep dimple and the other is not. That might not apply to you.
That might not apply to me. Oh, I'm gonna say this, and
However,
thank you. I was a little bit triggered because I was like, "Wait, hold up, sis, hold up."
well, it's I think it's for both teams. but sometimes we guys do get a little bit more grace. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
We get some grace because we and you can tell by our actors, right? The older actors, the Liam
Y'all
Neesons,
get a lot of
you know,
grace, not a little bit of
hmm
grace. You can
yeah, we get
literally
the
be
sexy
a
grandpa look.
60-year-old
That's
man.
men.
You could be 60, 70, and they can still pull younger women. I mean, 20
Hmm
somethings, 30 somethings, 40 somethings. They can
hmm
still pull younger women. And crazy as it sounds, their sperm still swim. Remember
Um,
Larry King?
that's not crazy. That's biology.
That's fucking
Our
crazy. Listen,
swimmers are stroking.
that,
Back stroke,
listen.
side stroke, fancy dive into. Yeah, our swimmers are swimming.
It's
You know,
unfair. It's
it
unfair.
goes
I'm
to,
gonna tell you
hey,
why.
hey, talk to management. We ain't got nothing to do with
Did
that.
you just say talk to management?
Talk to management. Hey, it's above me now. Black Twitter.
Listen,
It's above.
now I'm gonna say something that's probably not gonna be popular, but I believe you gotta this, if nothing else makes you believe in biology and God, and those two are like literally one and the same, is this. When God created man, he already had the forethought that man's gonna take this seed, fertilize an egg, and populate, right? The
Mm,
whole world.
yep.
And he didn't necessarily say, well, it'll be one woman that he could populate with. And he made our bodies to stop producing at a certain age. So just to take it back to ancient times when men were
hmm
allowed to have more than one wife,
hmm
it was to continue to populate, right?
That's
The
right.
earth. So
Yep.
one woman, she shrivels up. Well, she don't shrivel up, but her eggs do. And this man, especially if he's a man of power, if he's a king or emperor or something, he's going to
Pharaoh.
continue to produce beyond that first wife. And they
Hmm
had, not only did they have wives, but they call them concubines back then. Nowadays they call them side
hmm
pieces. The thing is, the concubines and the wives were
They,
all like
they stayed
in the
together.
same
They stayed
harem.
together. That's
They
right.
stayed together. They're all in the same harem.
Hmm
I watched Marco Polo on Netflix when it was out with Genghis Khan. Well, Genghis Khan had a first wife. She was the
hmm
queen. He revered her as the queen, but he had a harem as well,
hmm
where he would go and do all this lascivious stuff with the women in the harem. When he went to his wife, one big, it wasn't a happy family, but it was one big family. You could take happy out. Wasn't happy. So he went to the first wife, his queen. He consulted with her on everything. He really did. He went to her for advice. She was very wise. Um, the wife had her fun too. I'm trying to think back. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Marco Polo because that was a dang on good series if y'all haven't seen it on Netflix. But she was real.
Marco.
Yeah, Marco Polo was good. The wife, when I tell you, she had, when her husband put her on that pedestal, although it was all these other concubines, they meant nothing. She was literally his right hand woman.
Hmm
So I did like that about it. But back in those days, because women didn't have as many opportunities as they have today, some of them saw it as a come up to be a concubine in a harem based on what they were before. So
Hmm.
nowadays, I think that's why our eggs are meant to dry up. I think originally the plan was for us to continue to procreate the way we are. And then once the wife gets to a point where she can't anymore, then you just get somebody else to continue surrogates. You'll get a surrogate to continue the bloodline, and on it goes. Well, in this
Well.
modern age, day and age, we promote monogamy, right?
hmm
And then if you're a Christian, of course, New Testament, it says for you to be with one person. Now, everybody don't rock with the same religion, so listen, don't beat me up if you don't rock with it. Okay, we get it. But I think that's what it is. But so far as women over 40 being on the clearance rack, I do not agree. I respectfully disagree with
So
that.
so let's go into the mind of what this lady was talking
Yes.
about.
Look at this comment before you make that. Say that. What he
Yeah.
said.
Sorry.
Oh Lord, I got Jonathan coughing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh God, it helped. it helped it also helped leaders make better decisions. Men tend to be stupid when our sack is full. I
And that's
think
from another man.
wisdom, I think that's when you have advisors to the king,
Hmm.
advisors who are men who maybe advised your father as a king, advised you, and
Hmm.
so it just helps. And then some people were trained up to think logically, uh, militarily. So, yeah, it's not so much as having a full nutsack because
Mm.
you can like if you're a king, you can have any woman in there to come and empty it for you. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
it wasn't that. It was
But
more. Uh, let's just be real. If you were a pharaoh, you're a god,
I
right?
mean, it was strategic too. Think about it. Some of
Hmm.
those um, relationships
You're
with those women were based on political things, on based on keeping an ally in this country or in that country or in this tribe or in that tribe.
hmm
So we're building an alliance together, and that's what keeps the bond together. The fact that I'm giving you a piece of me, a part of me, which is my daughter. That's like a really
exactly.
important contract between two
That
allies. So it wasn't all
that
about just reproducing. It was also about keeping people on your side, just in case you had to go to war and defend your piece of land or whatever.
heirs
So I
exactly
get it. But
because
nowadays,
yeah.
we don't have it. We supposed to be monogamous, right? But here's the thing, and I don't
Are we
count
supposed to
myself,
be monogamous? Are we supposed to be monogamous?
well,
Or
according
are
to the
we supposed to
norms,
be?
according to the social norms and standards today,
But how many people
monogamy
are really monogamous in today's
monogamy
society?
is the standard. Are people monogamous?
Mm,
Majority of them not. I'm not gonna put everybody in that category. I'm pretty sure it's a small percentage of people that are 100% faithful to one another. I ain't met them yet, but I know they're out there. I know they're out there somewhere. You know,
X
but
Files trying to find them. Scolder,
X
Mo-
Files, yeah,
Scully,
Scully,
Mulder.
Scully and
Find
Mulder,
them.
they're gonna go find them
Find them.
for us. But here, this is what I wanted to say to that. I don't count myself in the group of those 40 plus women who are running out of options because first of all, I was married for 25 years and ain't no way I'm trying to be out here on the market trying to redo something I've already done. Like I am not even trying to put myself in that category. So I personally am good. I'm not trying to be anyone's option. I'm not on the market like that. Now, there are other women who I have met who've never been married before. They've never been married, but they desire to be married and they are my age. And they have their standards. They have set in their mind what they will deal with and what they will not deal with. What's going on? Oh, Lord, Ross and joined the show. Hey, Ross. And also everyone else who joined, thank you so much. Um, I love him. He is so funny. So this is what I wanted to say. I have met women who never been married. They want to be married. They desire to be married.
Why they want
They
the headache?
have um and so they
Because
have
we could
really,
be a
really
headache.
strong standards, right? Of what the man have to, he got to make a certain amount of money. And this is all shallow surface shit. Because I've come to learn
Hmm.
that is not what you base a long lasting relationship on. It is not. That external stuff will fall away. It will
Oh
fall away.
well.
So if you're not looking for something deeper than what's in that man's pocket, what he looks like, and your demands on the surface, then of course you will never be married. You just will never be. You have to be looking for someone who, yeah. Thank you for putting the question up. Um, I think you have to really find someone who resonates with your soul. I mean, if y'all don't have the same, what the Bible say, you got to have the same. Mm, um, belief
Equally
system in
yoked.
some regards. You have to like this. I'm not saying it, I mean,
Equally
like,
yoked.
how do I put this? You got to have something in common, like spiritually, energetically, you recognize that this person and you are on the same level.
Right.
And if you don't have that and all you're looking for is just do they have money? Do they have a car? Blah 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 blah. They can have all that and treat you like shit. I mean, or they can have all that and marry you and still have two, three women on the side.
Well,
So,
but this
you know,
society now is so shallow and materialistic. I mean, we even made a movie about a guy named Hal. It was Shallow Hal. Y'all remember that?
hello, Hal.
Because our society is shallow. It's all about having the perfect selfie. How to look. If you don't like the way you look, you can get implants, fillers, a new ass. What is a Brazilian butt lift, right? You look like
Mm.
an ant with little bitty legs.
Yeah, I don't like
It's
that.
it's it's like whatever you don't like about your body, you can get new. You don't like your breast, get new breast. You don't like your ass, get new ass. Hey, guess what? There's even it's something like a vagina rejuvenation or some shit.
Oh, that's
What the hell is
old.
that?
That's
What the hell is
old.
that?
Oh,
Hey,
let's talk about that for a minute. Stop. Look,
I don't even know what
listen.
that
I got a
is.
story about that vagina rejuvenation. I used to work in a spa, a really snooty spa years ago. In my former life, I was a nail tech. So I worked at a very fancy spa. We're not going to name the spa. Somebody might know and remember who I'm talking about. So we won't name the spa. But this very, very wealthy realtor came in, real estate broker came in,
Mm,
Caucasian lady, beautiful. I mean, face done. I mean, to the nine. She had gotten her breast done, the whole thing. And so she was talking about how she had got some of her $1 million sales. And she was telling me about this one time where, like, she literally like busted wide open, like at this showing to this guy who bought this house from her. And I was like, oh my goodness. And she was just talking about all the conquests, like all the men she had been with. And I was like, oh, but doesn't that make you loose down there? And she was like, oh my God, no. She was like, I just went and got a vagina rejuvenation. And I was like, what is that? She was like, oh, I literally go get it stitched up so it could be tight like a virgin hole again. I almost fell out. I was doing her feet. I was like, what? That is not a thing. She was like, oh my God, yes. She's like, the only bad thing is this. Of course, your shit gets loose again, right? So you have to go and get touch ups. I almost fell out. It was in
I don't even care no more. All y'all going to hell. My wife is going to hell. My kids is going to hell. You are going to hell. Everybody.
now why you sending that lady to hell because she wanted to get her coochie tighter?
oh my God! Oh,
Why?
was it really?
I think it's more
Mm,
common than we realize. But she said that's the only thing. Like if you are out there like that doing your thing, then it gets loose again. So that just blew my
mm.
freaking mind. Because first of all, my,
Well,
my body count will never be that. No, my body count can never get that high.
that's
Okay.
why I've lost some of these sales to some of these women, and so it seems. Because
I got you one better than the vinegar bath. Do some
let's do
Kegels.
why with them
Do
kegel
some
balls,
Kegels.
them kegel
Kegel
balls.
balls. It's an easy exercise. You can do it sitting down at work. You can do it while you're watching TV. You can do it while you're driving to the store. Kegels are very important. Kegels will keep your pelvic area very strong and tight.
No one likes
And
to loosen
it's
up.
a very natural thing. And if you really, really, really
No,
want to
no
keep
one
that
likes to.
thing snatched, do yoga and Pilates. It'll keep your pelvic floor strong. And you need a strong pelvic floor when you get older because you want to still
You
be
want
able to flip it like an acrobat and do what you need to do. You don't
what?
want that man to throw your legs up and you out of breath. You done run out of breath because you can't do this move no more. You know?
Hey, from my understanding, with that pelvic floor too, it keeps incontinence away, right?
Right, you keep constant in a way because you older you get, sometimes our bladders don't hold, especially if I've had 3 children. So think about that. You gotta keep your body up. Yoga, Pilates, Kegel exercises, keeping that pelvic floor strong. It'll save you in the long run. It'll save you from health problems, save you from every time you sneeze, you pee a little bit. Or every time you laugh, you pee a little bit.
Ooh, my grandma smell
Eat a little
pissy. My grandma smell like pee. Just,
right.
just, just
I know a sneeze can humble you. Good. Hello, Sue baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to
Susan.
have you.
How you doing,
Glad to have you.
Susan? Miss
Oh my
Haynes.
goodness. Let me make this announcement right quick while I'm thinking about it. Please download the BWNC radio app. It is free. This show will air on
Black chick.
BWNC tomorrow morning
No
at
chase though.
10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9:30 Central Time. I will also feature on Dylan's Dive Bar this Thursday on that podcast. We're talking
Mm.
about First Family Confidential and what it was like to be a first lady. She's going to talk about what it's like to be a preacher's kid and how we live in these glass houses. Like the church community, they do everything under the sun, but you as a preacher's wife or a kid cannot. So we're going to talk about that hypocrisy and that double standard. So y'all catch
Mm.
us Thursday. Don't worry, I'll be putting some post up about that. I wanted to
Well,
throw that in there.
sometimes the
But
crack,
yeah, the
first
Kegels, it's
ladies.
important, ladies. So I want to talk about that. I feel bad. I don't think that women over 40 expire. I don't think we're on the clearance rack because just like wine, we get better with age. Just like
So
any fine product, we get better with age.
that's going to depend. Okay, so
Oh, it's
mine
going to depend.
that depends on how she keeps herself up. Number one. Number two is going to depend
Okay.
on her mindset, how open minded she is to not being stuck in a rut, stuck in the past. So if you're not willing to change and work on yourself and be better, then yes, you will be on the clearance aisle after 40. Let's just keep it. We're gonna keep it a buck. But that can go for us men too, right? If we're
Hmm.
stuck in a rut, if we're not taking care of ourselves, if we're
Hmm.
you know same thing. So it has less to do with age. I think it has to do with mentality.
Yeah,
So
I think so.
um yeah,
But that's what
because
this show is for. Here's the whole point
Mhm.
of it. The reason I am on this podcast, I'm 48 years old. I'm literally 24, less than 24 months away from 50 years old. And I started my life
Hold up.
over.
You're what again?
I'm 48.
No way.
Yeah, hey, oh my God. Yes, I'm 48. And it blows my mind that in less than 2 years, I'm going to be 50 because I'll be 49 this year.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, that is I know 48 never looks so good. I feel amazing and I look amazing. And this is why I learned, and I saw this post yesterday, and it's so true. I
Hmm.
stopped chasing the bag when I realized I am the fucking bag. And for y'all that don't like cussing, well, oh well, I'm the bag. I am the bag. Okay. I decide how beautiful this body is going to be on the outside, how beautiful and amazing my mind is on the inside. Other ladies can do it too. You went through a heartbreak, you gave your life to somebody for 30 years, 25 years, 10 years, and you literally transform yourself to be what that person wanted. Now you're on the other side of that thing and you're single. And you're like, oh my goodness, I met my ex when I was 14. I was pregnant at 16 and married at 18, and we stayed married till I was 43. Think about that. Like my
That's a
entire
whole
life was wrapped
lifetime.
up in it.
That's a whole lifetime.
From childhood, I was with my ex longer than I was at my mama and daddy's house.
Mhm.
I stayed with them until I was 18. I was married for 25 years. That mentality there, I'm still working through some shit, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I'm still processing some stuff, but this is one thing I learned. God put a piece of himself in me. He put the universe in me. I am God, the universe, pretending to be human for a little while. You can call your spirit whatever you want. But if God loves me enough to put his spirit in me, God is in me. I'm the universe pretending to be human for a little while. You can't tell me that's not powerful when you view yourself that way. When you say God is so amazing, he breathed his breath in me and now I'm here, I'm sitting here. Why do you think I look 25 to 30 and I'm 48? I know what God did for me. This body, I'm amazing. My mind is even more amazing.
Mhm.
What's on the inside of me, it can't even compare to what this beauty you see on the outside. And you can't tell me I ain't beautiful. And anybody who tell me I ain't beautiful, I'm gonna say, look, that's on you. You projecting, baby. You projecting. You keep that over there. Okay. That's right. Woman is God's greatest creation. Especially a black woman. Yes, indeed. Especially because can you imagine a world without women in it?
Mm-mm. If there were no black women, there would be no women. It's the E gene, right?
That's right. Oh, I did have a
Group
tweet
E.
that said that too. Everybody. My brother sent me this video the other day. Every single person, if they take a me and 23 or 23 and me, I don't care what kind of ancestry test you take, from anywhere, from Scandinavia to here to Asia, it doesn't matter. Every
It
single
leads
one of
back.
us have DNA from Africa. Every
Hmm.
single human being on earth.
Absolutely.
Right. So
Absolutely.
you can say what you want, but the first female was a black female in Africa, and her name was Eve. So we're gonna leave that there. And I don't want to imagine a world without women. I love women. The energy we bring, oh my goodness, men can imitate it, but they can never, ever, ever truly create that energy that we bring. So
Nope.
love yourselves, even if you have to tell yourself that every day. Because I know some broken women. Their husband left them, cheated on them, had babies on them, like treated them like, and they were beautiful women, faithful women, loyal women to these men, and they just straight dogged them. And now the woman's like, I've given you my best years. Like I've given you my everything, and this is what I get in return. Your
They've thrown
cruelty
their pearls before swine.
before swine.
They've thrown their pearls before
And to
swine.
that I say, well, your loss, sir. Your loss. Behave. God made me beautiful, and we all make mistakes. I'm not saying we're perfect women, because y'all know we can be firecrackers sometimes,
Hmm.
volcanoes at other times, tornadoes and
Hmm.
hurricanes, at times. But
A
when we are
tornado.
loving, when you bring that sweet part out of us,
The feminine part,
it's amazing.
when she
It's
basked in her
amazing.
femininity. I posted
Right.
something a while ago, well, a couple
Uh-huh.
days ago, about it was this beautiful sister, natural hair, dark skin, and she was pampering her husband.
Mm-hmm.
She sat him down and she had the back massage. Her name was Christine,
Hmm.
by the way.
I think
And
I saw
so
that. Did
she,
you send me that?
yeah,
Yeah.
we saw it. And she retwisted his hair and gave him a
Yeah.
facial and a pedicure, and he had food and everything else. And she was like, I can do this for him because he takes care of all of my monthly maintenance. So I can do this for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think so. The best way to bring a woman's femininity out is to make sure that she's taken care of. If she's taken
Yeah.
care of, then she can drop a lot of the masculine energy that you guys may see and
Right.
truly bask in the femininity
Right.
that she has. So,
That part. And that's what I want. Like that's what we're all looking for, is someone we can feel safe with. If you catch a woman and she's with a man and she's in her masculine energy, she may not even recognize it subconsciously. She does not feel safe with him. And thank you, Rico and Derek, for joining. She doesn't feel safe enough with him to be her authentic self.
right.
And if you don't feel safe enough with a man to be your natural feminine self, that is not the man you need to be with, because
Mm,
there's something in you that's telling you how he's treating you is not okay, because you have your defenses up. That's the first thing we need to check for as women. If we're out with a man or on a date with a man and we find ourselves becoming defensive, getting in our masculine energy, feeling like we're in competition with him, it's something in that side of us saying he's not safe for us in whatever capacity that is, whether he can't hold us down emotionally or he's not a provider. Your subconscious will tell you things your conscious mind does not pick up. And Wayne
mhm.
said, and that safety goes far beyond financially. Thank you. Emotionally, if you can't hold my heart and my mind, if you cannot make love to my brain, to my mind, if you cannot caress my heart, I don't feel safe with you. You can have all the money in the world. That doesn't turn me on if I don't feel safe, holistically with a man.
Right.
And now that I'm older and I'm learning, everybody is not privy to my energy. Everyone is
Yep.
not privy to my space.
That's right.
So dating for me is like, I'm telling you, I'm so strategic dating, because I'm just not gonna waste my time on somebody I know it's not gonna go nowhere. Like I know that's not going anywhere. I'm not gonna waste your time. You're not gonna waste my time. I don't care if all you want to do is sit and look at me. That is like not the point of this. You're keeping it too surface for me, and I can't deal with it. I'm one of those people, they call them sapiosexual.
Mm.
Y'all ever heard of a sapiosexual?
Please define that for the class.
That is someone who gets turned on or is attracted to people who are really intelligent.
Hmm.
That turns me on. If you can hold, I don't run across it often. That's right, attracted
Hmm.
to intelligence. That's what
Hmm.
grinds my gears. That's what gets my kitty cat to flowing and wet. You got to come with some knowledge. I love that. If you're
Hmm.
just hitting me with what you're doing every day, block, I'm not gonna talk to you like talking about it. I don't know. No, that's not what we're doing. Okay.
Right.
So yeah, that part. And I just said, you know what? I'm not at that point in my life where I feel like I need a person. That's codependency, by the way. If you feel like I just got to be in a relationship, I just
Hmm.
can't be alone. I just always got to have a man. I got to have a man, girl. I don't even care if he ain't really bringing it like that. I just need somebody in my house. Codependency is America's greatest drug. We just don't talk about it enough.
What is that song about having a piece of man is better than not
Better than
having a
having
man?
no man at all. Is that no pain, no gain? Who sang that?
Is that Betty Wright? No. Who's that? Is it
No,
Betty
no,
Wright?
no.
Mm-mm. No
Having a piece
pain.
of man is better than having no man at all. What song is that? Is that no
Ah,
pain, no gain? No, that's not no pain,
audience,
no
come
gain.
on, y'all.
Yeah,
Help us
come on,
out here.
audience. Y'all got to help me with that one. Let me see. Betty Wright, there was an old lady sitting under a tree. Something she said, my time left
See,
here may not be long. She was saying something to the older, to
I'm
the
not
younger
gonna
women.
waste time telling you something wrong.
Yeah. But that's not her. This is,
Oh,
I don't
see,
know
look,
which song that is.
see, Betty Wright.
Having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. I think Betty Wright did say that. Am I wrong? Or was it no, it wasn't Aretha Franklin with Dr. Feelgood, was it?
Mm-mm. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Riri. The original Riri.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
original
I don't think it was,
Riri.
I don't know. Somebody in the audience gonna have to pop that in the chat because I don't know. But look, let me get back on these tweets because I just took that little break
Okay.
because I forgot that was on my mind to talk about, and I went on a bit of a rant there. Because women, listen, find yourselves. If you recently got out of a relationship or you've been divorced like me for 2 or 3 years and you still hanging on to what happened, how it ended, how you were hurt, go ahead and acknowledge that you were hurt, acknowledge that that shit happened, and then let it go. Because that man done moved on his life. He happy somewhere or miserable somewhere with someone else. Not your problem anymore. Now you can focus on being you, whoever it is you want to be. And there is no timetable to figure that out. You got, as long as God gives you breath in your body, figure out who you want to be and be that. Do that. You're gonna see me being me because I love me above all others. And that's the other thing. Love yourself. You cannot
Hmm.
have anybody else come in and give you the love you're not giving yourself. I hear people say
Hmm.
that too often. What they say, girl, he not making me happy. Or dudes say she don't make me happy, and she never will, and he never will.
You got to make yourself happy.
Gotta
They should
make
be
yourself happy.
they should be a side. No, they should be a. What I'm
There
looking
should be
for
an addition
an
too.
accessory, an
Leg gap.
addition, right? A, a side
Right.
dish to your entree. So.
That part. That part. Add to my happiness. But if I'm looking
Mhm.
for you to be my happiness, it'll never happen. A good example of this that we've seen play out in tragic form in the public eye is Will and Jada Smith
Ooh, here we go.
looking to make one
I thought
another
you was gonna
happy.
say Blueface and Christiane, but
They
you
don't even
okay?
register on the scale of nothing I'm talking about over here. Okay. I don't even watch Zeus Network and none of that foolishness. That don't even uh-uh. Will and Jada been together for years, and constantly she keeps saying she's not happy or she hasn't been happy and she has to find
Oh
herself and then she's not
God!
happy again and then she's happy and then she's not happy again. Girl,
Tell her just go do
that's like
drugs. If she wants to
codependency.
be
I mean,
happy all the time, just go do drugs or something. I don't know. It's
they just go do drugs already.
just go do
Go hit the
drugs.
pipe. Well,
Yeah,
Whitney
you
said
have done
whack is
everything
crack,
else.
so crack is whack. Whack is crack. Crack, crack is
Man,
whack.
Jada, I think she just gets a kick out of emasculating her husband. And
I
she
don't think
just
she
does.
does. I think it's like codependency on full display. I
Oh,
really do.
Well, she is codependent because she does not. If she was to leave,
Yeah.
the kids are grown, unless it's there's alimony, but she cannot maintain the type of life
Mm.
that she would have with Will.
I mean, shoot. I mean, they don't have no prenup, I'm sure. She never got
That,
over to again. We cannot live in the
ooh,
past. Oh my
Lord.
goodness. That's the problem. That lady stuck back in 1994.
Hmm.
No, let it go. Let it go. I love that song Frozen. My now 20-year-old sang that goddamn Frozen song. I know 1,000 million times. Let it go. Let it go. I had to watch the movie 1,000 million times. And you know what? It's still
Hmm.
stuck in my head today.
Let it go.
Let
Yeah,
it go.
Tupac been gone for how long has Tupac been? I
Oh
was
my
in
God.
college when Tupac died. I
20,
was
was
in
that 20
college,
something years ago?
and I'm a grandfather now. So
Yeah, we
Tupac,
gotta let some
Tupac.
stuff go.
Yeah,
I started watching this show on Champion, and this woman got a good man who's trying to marry her. That woman stuck on her ex-husband. Why?
mm,
It's the
stuck on stupid.
past. Stuck on
Stuck that
stupid.
stupid.
Because that's what you
Let
stuck at. If you still living in the past, you stuck on stupid. Let it go. We trying to live in
see.
the present. The present is a gift. That's why we call today is a gift. That's why they call it the present, right? Live for the
Hmm.
present, plan for your future. Let the past go. Ain't nothing back there you
Yep.
can do about it. Yesterday is gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Yep.
I know women right now who are my age stalking their exes on their ex's Facebook page, trying to see who he talking to. Girl, if you don't go get you some business for real,
And
is
some
that what we
therapy. And some therapy. Better
do?
help.
And some therapy.
Get get some better help.
Get some better help. Get you some Xanax. You can sleep at night. And move forward. It's
Move
gonna be
forward,
okay. Find yourself some hobbies because seeing what that man doing is not it. That is not it,
ladies.
sis. Let it go.
Ladies, the best way to
Mhm.
get over a man is to get under a man.
Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, look. Let me get on these tweets. I want to talk about these tweets. Okay, switching gears. I wanted to talk about what's trending. And I wanted to ask this
Okay.
question. I don't know if Ross is still on here, but if he is, or the fellas, can y'all name five Killer Mike songs? Can you name five Killer Mike songs?
uh,
He's trending
if
on Twitter,
if you
on
wouldn't have
X.
asked me, I
He
would have
is
been able to name a
trending.
few, but I can't name them off the top of my head. Because the killer,
You
because the
can't name
killer
a few.
Mike that
That's okay.
I
I got
know, the
you.
killer
I
Mike
got
that
you. I
I
got you.
like is the
Mm,
entrepreneur, the mover, the shaker. I like that vision, and even though he's had some
mm.
bangers, I just I like to hear him speak on stage and what he's
I'm
talking
gonna tell you
about.
how popular he was. I don't know if y'all can see me. I done turn my thing down. Sorry about that.
He in
I'm gonna tell
Atlanta.
y'all how popular he was. Okay, Wayne says easy. I used to watch Ozark on Netflix. They
Uh-huh.
did a
Yeah.
lot of Miami Mike's songs in Ozark, especially the final season. He had a cameo in there where Ruth, one of the
Killer
main
Mike.
characters, huh?
Killer Mike made a
Killer
cameo.
Mike. Yes,
I did not
he's
know
in
that.
the.
I'm only like in the third. I haven't gone because I can't keep
Okay, well,
going
let me tell
right
you,
now.
I've watched all of Ozark. I might go back and start it again because that's my show. So Ruth is one of the characters.
Yeah, the little blonde
Her
headed.
family had gotten killed. Her cousin Wyatt had gotten killed by one of those
Why
kingpins. His brother Wyatt got killed.
why it got killed?
So Ruth is out for revenge. Ruth said, I'm going to kill the man, the bastard that killed my cousin. She gets a gun. She goes to New York, and Killer Mike is sitting in a diner, and she's listening to Killer Mike in her headphone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they have this conversation. It's really about he's giving her advice on like what to do or not do, but he don't know it's pertaining to murder, but they're having this dialogue. So it's like a whole lot of things on the surface, but it's like a lot of subliminal going on within that conversation. And I was just shocked. I was like, oh, he's in Ozark, but I forget the name of the song. It's on the soundtrack for season 5 of Ozark. And of course, she goes out, she finds this man, and she does kill him, shoots him dead.
Yeah, in my city.
Yeah,
Yep.
In My City, Ready, Set, Go, and Ray Gun. I think it was In My City is the song that was featured on Ozark.
Mm,
Yeah, he was in that. He did a cameo, and that was a couple years ago.
yeah, because yeah, Ozark was from this. I got the third season, but it's great. It's a ride. It's a
It is a
real
ride.
ride. It's a
So why is he
ride.
trending? You would think he'd be trending because he won 3 Grammys, right?
No, I mean he should be trending for the three Grammys, but
He should
instead,
be. Instead,
instead
he's
for
trending
the
because he
perp
got
walk.
arrested, which makes no sense.
Oh,
He got
not just
trended
arrested,
trending because he got
the
arrested.
perp walk, the perp walk,
Hmm.
the the handcuffed perp walk,
But why?
because that's a way to let you know, nigga, you still black, and we gonna bring you down
Right.
because
That's what
we don't care about your
Charlemagne
Grammy.
said. That's what
Yeah, that's exactly
Charlemagne
what it
said.
is. That's exactly
And
what
he
it is.
said because too, that Killer Mike publicly said he wasn't going to support Biden against Trump. But then Charlemagne said it's because he was probably about to buy NBC. It's real reason, right?
Be
Probably
careful,
about to buy
Bill,
NBC.
Bill
Shoot.
Cosby.
He was gonna pull a Bill Cosby and try to buy NBC. That's what it was gonna be. So that's why he's trending. Now, who else is trending is Kendrick Lamar. Do you know why Kendrick Lamar is trending? You don't
Tell us
know?
why, because Kendrick Lamar is an amazing lyricist. Uh,
Hmm.
he surprisingly has a talent for acting. We didn't know that until he was on Power. Um,
I didn't see him on Power. He was Power. He was on Power.
yeah, as a crackhead, and he was. I mean, it was. Yeah,
Ah, he
yeah.
said as a
Fitty
crackhead.
let him kind of do his thing and kind of create the character the way he wanted to, and it was magic,
All right, so
magic.
2 reasons he's trending. The first one is because they said that Kendrick Lamar saw this coming 9 years ago when he says critics want to mention that they missed when hip hop was rapping. MF, if you did, then Killer Mike would be platinum. So he's like, they say he put this lyric in a song years
Mm,
ago. So if hip hop, if you miss it so much, why is Killer Mike not been trending with his
ooh,
music? Now, the other reason Kendrick Lamar is trending is because back in 2016, he did an iconic performance at the Grammys wearing like the prison, he did the prison thing when they all
mm,
came out in chain in the blockchain, like the chain
mm-hmm,
gang.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
he's trending for that as one of the best performances of the Grammys. I didn't watch the Grammys. Okay, so Wayne said it was a citizen's arrest because they claim he assaulted a security guard. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I heard that
The
he
Suarez says
he
that's a
pushed.
lie. I don't believe it.
I
I
heard
don't
that he
believe it.
pushed past a guard to get in. He pushed past them, and
Mm,
that does not warrant
they
him. I
lying.
mean, it is.
I like
Where
this.
was the Grammys this time? Was it in L.A.? Where was
I
it?
don't know. I don't know. I don't watch it. Wayne,
Mm.
where was the Grammys this year? We don't know. It was somewhere. It was somewhere. We don't know where it was at.
You know, it is
We
like
do not know.
it's like
Now, look, we
it,
coming up on I want to talk about one other thing. Los Angeles. Thank you. It was in Los Angeles this year.
oh
I didn't watch
LAPD.
it.
They crooked. They
Oh
crooked
yeah, that's who got
as
donkey of the
NOPD.
day. That's who got donkey of the day, the LAPD today
Yep,
on
LAPD
the
is just
Breakfast
as
Club.
crooked as NOPD. Y'all heard it here first. Don't fuck around in New Orleans.
Oh, you said NOPD? That's what I'm talking about. Thank
NOPD.
you for pulling that up because I
Yep.
couldn't get to come up on my screen. Critics want to mention that they missed when hip hop was rapping, motherfucker. If you did, then Killer might be platinum. That was
Mhm,
said 9 years ago. And here it is 9 years later, which is crazy because Killer Mike should have been gotten a Grammy way before he
mhm,
turned the ripe old age of 47 years old. He's been in the game for like 30 years.
mhm. He has been.
Did y'all know that?
Mhm.
I
I
put
know
him
he's
right,
been in
and
the
I like
game.
the way E40 raps. He ain't never got a Grammy either. Like some of these rappers that were like big back in the day, I don't know what happened to them.
You
Like
know,
Digital Planets, I love them. Like they just,
Diggable Planets was good. But
oh, I used to love them.
we had real lyricists, right? So
We did.
I don't know. Did Raquel? the Eric B and Rakim ever get their just
They
dessert?
they they
You know
did.
what I'm
Now
saying?
It Takes
You
Two is
know,
trending, but they got sued for
hmm
that for copyright infringement, and it kind of shut them down for a while.
then of course Nas gets, Nas is Nas. Uh, man, we
Yeah, Mike is Dungeon Family with Outkast and Goody
yep,
Mob.
yep,
Hmm.
yep. Goody Mob, have they? Come on now, and
No, it's
CeeLo
no more Goody Mob.
and CeeLo,
Mm,
CeeLo Green is amazing in
yeah,
his talent. Should have been lauded years ago. So
should have been. I follow CeeLo Green. I follow CeeLo Green
mhm.
on Instagram. I don't care what nobody say. He posts the dopest shit.
Yeah,
Timberland,
CeeLo is.
follow him too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Timbo. Yeah. Hey,
Hmm.
was Usher a part of the Dungeon family, or was he just hanging out there?
I think he was just. I don't think he was part of it. That be now. Wayne is a hip hop head. Like he be able to tell
Yeah,
you. Like I'm
Wayne.
not. I'm not a hip hop head.
I heard that he was in the spot.
Yeah, he
Usher was
was
so
so deaf.
he
That's
was so
right.
so deaf, but in Atlanta
Mhm.
he wasn't hanging out. So I just
You
heard
gotta remember,
that
he
he
was
was
so much
just
younger
in the
than them.
yeah.
What you heard? We like rumors.
That
What you heard?
that I heard that he was just that he was in the spot, like because what they did, the collab and the what they came up with, the kind of music was just fire, And so I heard that he was
Hmm.
that he did come in. Now, he was younger, but I heard he was
Oh,
popping
well, he
in,
might have been.
learning. Yeah,
Usher may have been in that because he
yeah.
did hang out in Atlanta. He wasn't originally from Atlanta though.
Hmm.
That's a good thing to research. We should look into that. Okay,
I
he gonna
sold.
pop on. Yeah, pop on here right quick.
Now I sold Usher's stepmama's
Somebody
house.
called my name. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? You tell us. I'm not that big of a hip hop head. If it's not old school hip hop, I don't quite keep up with none of who's. I don't know who's singing what.
Well,
Well,
I
I don't
heard
know
that
who's
I
saying
heard
what.
that he got some
I have to
influence, and
announce this
he
to the
used to
40s
kick
babies.
it with.
Okay.
Okay, announce this
90s
to the
rap
40s
is old
babies.
school rap.
Mhm.
2000s rap is old school rap. It's
Salt and pepper
2024 now.
is old school now. Okay.
Oh,
It's
dang.
it's all
Uh,
lumped in here to get what
yeah.
come on. Had to say the same
Little
thing about
Kim is
90s
old
R&B.
school now.
90s R&B. Yeah, shit. 90s for R&B is old now. Damn.
Yeah, think about that.
Mm.
94
We
was
Kima
grown
30
Keisha
people
years
now.
ago.
Pam is old school. Kima Keisha and
I'm
Pam.
from the era where like
Oh,
you throw your hands up to twerk. Nowadays they don't do that no more. They put
they
it
put their
down.
Yeah.
hands on the
Right?
knees, right?
They
Okay,
putting the
see, you
hands on
still
their
freak
knees now.
Nico. Okay, see that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
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 freak
yeah. I'm
me.
freak Nico. Yeah, I'm
I
freak
get you.
Nico.
I
Oh,
get you. Now,
let me tell you.
look,
I'm looking forward to the
tell them
goddamn
you're
Freaknik
definitely part of
documentary.
the Dungeon family.
Mhm. Okay.
You know what?
Mm.
I, I think they scrapped it. Some people were suing behind it. It was some women came out and they was like, no, we got children and grandchildren now. You can't.
Yeah, they did.
Don't do that.
I'm a doctor and stuff like that. It
Yeah,
was like
they
I'm really
were.
glad
you
Yeah,
that
can't
they
be
didn't
strong.
have video back then. And think about Black Beach on the Gulf Coast. That was also
Kappa.
wild.
That's the Kappa Beach party. I'm Kappa
Yeah,
Beach party. Oh,
it was so wild. That was like almost wilder than Freaknik, but I don't think it was just publicized as much. That Black
Nah,
Beach
hey,
was
if they had
OMG.
social media back
it was it
then,
was it was our little local thing.
Social media
You know,
back
it was
then.
our little local
yeah.
Southern Mississippi
Hmm.
thing. That's what that was.
Mm.
Um, but you
Man, I
know,
miss all that. I miss the Greek shows, the step shows, all of that stuff. That I know they still have it today, but for some reason the vibe
It's
was
not
different.
like it
it's not
was.
the same.
It's not
It's
like
not
it
the
Yeah,
was.
same.
the vibe is different. So that's
Let me
all
say
I
this
got.
about
I did
Usher.
want to ask you guys,
I did want to say
who
this
are
about
you
Usher
going
real quick.
for? Okay, wait, go ahead.
Usher was not with Dungeon Family. He definitely was with So Def, but Usher was
Mhm.
still out there. Because remember, you're right, he's not from Atlanta, he's from Chattanooga. But
Hmm.
No, he
Yeah, he's
is
from
from
Tennessee.
Dallas, Texas. He
he is
is
from
from
Chattanooga.
Dallas, bruh.
He's from
He is
Tennessee. As a
his
kid,
claim.
he was in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Listen, please listen. Please listen.
I'm finna Google it.
Listen. I sold his stepmama's house.
His
I'm
stepmom.
friends. His dad and
His
stepmama.
daddy, he lived in Tennessee with his mama,
His mama raised him.
not his
Half
daddy.
And even
half the
then,
time,
go ahead.
half
Okay,
the
so half and
time,
half.
half and half. He was in Dallas. I know this the the insurance and investments people who did their investments
Mm.
while he was there, while he was living with them, and what house in Cedar Hill he was living in with his dad and his stepmom. So he spent half the time. He was going from one to the other.
Mm.
What age was
Yeah.
this?
So I
Young.
think I know what age, but his dad is Usher Raymond II. Usher, the superstar is Usher Raymond III.
He's the fourth.
They look.
No, he's the third.
No, he's the third.
His
Nope.
son is the
The
fourth.
grandfather's the first. The dad, who was my
Let
client's
me go Google
husband,
this.
is the second.
Tablet.
This Usher Raymond right now, that's the superstar, is the third. His granddaddy was
Yeah,
the
Usher
first.
Raymond the third. I've heard him say that before. I've heard him say Usher Raymond the third.
Usher Raymond III is Usher's father.
Look it
Are
up.
you sure?
I am. I'm looking at it. You want to see a picture of him?
Look,
I
I
have a
don't have
picture
a
of his
dog in
dad.
this fight. I just like his music. That's cool. And we didn't even get to our money
Yeah,
hacks today. We didn't even get to the money hacks. I forgot about.
that's his dad.
So his daddy is Usher Raymond the third, and Usher is
Usher's
Usher
the
Raymond
fourth.
the fourth.
Yep.
Are you sure?
Did it get more
And I can't
accurate
believe
than that?
Usher is just like 3-4 years younger than me.
See that?
Y'all hear me typing
I
over
think
here.
that's
You
permanent.
found it?
I think that's permanent.
What is?
Okay, so I was wrong then.
Oh, he's the
That's
fourth.
daddy.
He is the
That's
fourth.
the dad.
Well,
And so
that we
yep,
solved
minister.
that mystery.
So he was a minister with, should be
Yeah.
Cheryl Raymond.
But anyway, the point was Usher was out there because Usher was with Diddy. Remember, he came out
Yeah.
with the whole little
Mm.
vibe, with the whole "Can you get with it?" and everybody was kind of bothered because they was like, this little kid is singing some grown man stuff.
Well,
I
they
ain't know
had
what
put him
Devontae was
through the
writing.
Diddy camp. Remember, he went
Yeah,
through Diddy
that's
camp
what I said.
and he said it was
He
orgies and
really
stuff
was.
going on.
That's when he was raised with Diddy at that point in time. He was like around 14
Mm-hmm.
at that age because his voice
Mm-hmm.
changed and they didn't really know what to do with him now.
Mm-hmm.
They just started grooming him and stuff.
Right.
But so if you know if he was
Ooh.
out there with Diddy, he was out there.
Ooh. That's scary.
And
That's
Cat Williams
scary.
already told us you got to tell Diddy no.
You got to
So
tell Diddy no.
poor Raymond.
You got
Poor
to tell
Usher
Diddy
Raymond.
no.
Poor Usher
That is
Raymond.
horrible.
I
That,
know.
that's
Ew.
scary to even think about. I'm terrified.
I don't know. I don't have the stomach to get into that Diddy shit tonight. I do not. I don't. But for the guys
Ah,
and the fellas that's joining, I am not a football fan. But I am gonna ask who y'all going for in the Super Bowl. Y'all got I
All
don't
the
have a dog in
commercials.
that fight.
I ain't got a
I'm
dog in this
Now I will
fight.
be watching. I will
Mm,
be watching
that I root for the commercials.
Usher
And
Raymond during the my thing went out. I can't see y'all no more.
I
I was
say this,
There
I
it
root
is.
for the
that,
commercials.
I went
That's it.
away.
that
And then I
gummit,
came back.
the Ravens
All
were
right, that's all I
supposed to
got
be
tonight.
there.
Oh, the money hacks. Shit. Y'all don't need money hacks tonight. I can't remember the money hacks.
No,
I got
there's
them.
no money hacks tonight.
No
Unless you
money
have
hacks tonight.
No money hacks?
I
no
got
money
them.
hacks tonight.
Because I need money.
I
If
got
y'all
some money hacks. Did
if
you
you
think I
want to
didn't have
save
money hacks?
money,
I do. I
lay
have
down,
some.
lay your ass down and be still. If you want to save
Yeah,
money.
take a
You ain't got
nap.
to go not every
Look,
weekend.
I
That's the
said
money
this. This
hack.
is what I said. Remember that post I put up, Jonathan? I put that post up that said the best way to save money is to do what?
Lay your ass down and be still.
Lay your ass down, take a nap.
Or
Or
what I've had to say to myself, get your big back ass up and go get that food yourself. Stop.
mm,
Oh Lord.
mm,
Yeah, let me
I
tell
had
y'all
mm,
about I used to do DoorDash. Let me
had
tell
to be
y'all about
real, boy.
DoorDash.
mm.
You can order it on the app, not on the DoorDash app. Go to the company, order the food, go pick it up. You're going to save yourself a good $15 because all those additional fees you see on DoorDash, they do not go to the driver at all. It goes to the owner, it goes to the engineers of the app, it goes to some other fee that we don't even know about. Y'all are paying for stuff that y'all don't. I'm telling you, you can order from McDonald's and spend $10. If you order on DoorDash, you're gonna spend 25. It just don't make no sense. Go get it yourself.
Mm,
I don't bother
Also,
with Uber
yeah,
Eats
don't
either.
bother with
To
that.
me, them fees is crazy.
get your own meat and cook it.
Mm-hmm.
So I shared something today. So Japan had a bit of food insecurity
Mm-hmm.
with beef and things like this. So 10
Not
years ago,
Japan.
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah, like actually 12 years ago, it's a fellow that found out that he can make steak from
Yeah.
human feces.
From wait, what? From what?
From human
Excuse
feces.
me, what? Human
Human
You
feces.
did not
feces.
just say that out
You
loud.
said human feces.
That's right. And
What?
Shit.
What?
he
Oh
has
my goodness,
exactly.
Bobby.
He's been taking the bacteria and the protein from that, combining it to make to make a steak from human feces. I
Mary Kay Holthus for leniency.
I feel that I shouldn't be sent to prison for a second time.
The judge reminding Redden of his lengthy criminal record before denying a request for probation.
3 felonies, a gross, 9 misdemeanors, multiple DVs. Got a lot going on, sir.
Moments later, Redden leaping over the defense table and the judicial bench, landing on top of the judge, sparking.
That's how it's
What?
going down. You
That was
feed me.
yeah.
so random.
You
That
So
feed me
was
some shit
so
steak, and
random.
I'm
so
jumping over the benches. I'm coming over the cabinets. I'm coming
okay,
through.
that was 12 years ago. Then now
Shit steak.
I'm just throwing this out. Call it
Mm,
conspiracy you want to.
mm.
It's cheaper to make than raising and all that. So when we in some of these restaurants we have meat that don't quite look like meat.
Don't do that.
Yeah, you know
Don't do that. Y'all,
I,
he just
that's another
said,
thing about 2024. We already got a lot of stuff we can't eat now. Don't do this to me.
right.
all right,
Come on now.
all right,
I don't eat a
Jonathan
lot of
said, go
steak,
buy
but bro,
your
you know when I
own
do
meat.
have one,
go to the
oh,
butcher and get your own beef. Don't look. You know what? It's in the
I
group.
have
I
been.
I,
That's one
I
thing I
dropped it in the
have been
group.
doing. I've been going to get my meat from the butcher. We have a fabulous one here in Mandeville. Oh my goodness. It's like a ghetto store right in the middle of this fancy town. It's an actual butcher shop. And it's a liquor
Mm.
store too. It's amazing. It's like the liquor meat mall. I love it. But I agree with you. Go buy your own meat. This man just sat here and told us that
yeah,
it's
they
a
call it the
person in
drunken chicken.
Japan
As a matter of
that is
fact,
making steak from human feces.
hmm Cheryl,
Uh-uh.
I just sent you the report to your phone.
I
That
just
is
thought,
so sick. That is
wait,
beyond.
wait,
That
I
is
just
just.
thought about
I
this, bro.
have no words.
So he making real
I
life
have no
bullshit.
freaking words. Oh
He's
my
making real.
God.
A
No.
shit burger.
I'm gonna have to go check that against the Associated Press.
Okay, do
Wait,
it.
we gotta go check
This
that
is
one against the
hey.
Associated
Look,
Press.
check them sources.
Check them sources, baby. Check the sources,
hey,
cause
hey,
oh,
I look on your phone.
Woo.
I look, that's crazy. I saw it,
hmm
but that cannot be real life. That is not
It
real
is.
life.
It is real life.
Oh
Mm,
my God. Burger created from human feces?
hmm
Oh my no.
a
Oh my
burger.
goodness.
I don't want a burger that bad, dog.
Steak, burgers, meat like that. So I'm thinking,
And
I'm
now
just,
y'all wonder why people are going vegan. I can
hmm
understand why people are going freaking vegan now.
can you
Nothing to
This is
say.
this
imagine
is getting out of
when it
hand now.
comes
Life is
to
getting out of
feeding
hand.
the poor or in school in poor schools, beef that you know what I'm saying? I'm just
Hey,
hypothesizing
Oh,
here.
this is like
Oh,
2011.
I said it's been over
Forbes
10
did an
years ago
article
that they
on it.
started doing it. Yeah.
Hey,
They
but if
started
you
doing
go
it
look
about
at
10
it,
years ago. So now the process is probably streamlined. Look for that shit to be, yeah.
if you go look at it, bro, that it's a lot of cereals that we eat that other countries don't. It's a lot of food,
Hmm.
period, that we
Hmm.
eat that other countries have deemed just flat out just unsanitary. This is nasty. This is no human should be consuming this.
Yep.
Our standards for food is just trash in this country.
Mm.
Um, and that's another thing.
Including,
Killer Mike made a comment recently about
And if
because
y'all really, really
everybody was
want
talking about
to,
revolutionizing. They said,
mhm.
he said, you ain't ready for no
the
He
evolution,
said,
because you,
y'all don't know how to fish. Y'all don't know how to
mhm,
hunt. You don't know
know
how
how to
to
raise your vegetables.
to garden and farm. You don't know how to do none of that stuff. He said, so if you're gonna go out here and stand and say you want something on how? Well, you can't tend to it yourself.
Hmm.
We're not
That's
ready.
crazy.
Yep.
Y'all should go watch the movie Snowpiercer.
I'm
Not
not
the
watching
TV show,
nothing.
the actual movie.
Mm.
They're
I'm
stuck
watching
on this
Disney.
train that circles the globe and can never stop, right?
Mm.
And they're served protein bars. They're served protein bars.
Who said go check, go in, check this? Woo, he playing on y'all. Who said that? I am not
Vincent
playing.
Dixon said that, and I don't know what he's
Vincent,
talking
Vincent, I am
about.
not playing. Hey,
I'm
Vi-
about to text him like, what you talking about?
Vincent,
I think he was
I'm
talking about
not
us.
playing on y'all. Look, Granny, Forbes, right?
What?
The articles that you've
Hmm.
seen on this,
That was from Ford.
real or not
Yeah,
real?
it's in Forbes. It's real.
Now
It's a
he
real
sent that
one.
about 8 minutes
It's
ago,
a
so we
real
might have still
story.
been talking about Usher then.
Okay.
No,
I had
I
asked
don't
him what
got
he
you.
was talking about.
Mm.
I don't know, but look, y'all, we at the mark. But that is a true story. I did check it on Forbes. It's not likely to happen in America anytime soon.
That was 10 years ago then.
That was
That
10
we know
years
of.
ago.
Hmm.
That we know
It
of.
says spend 5 minutes with Google and you'll discover that Okayama Laboratory produces only medical devices. There's an Okayama University with a sizable science department, but no Mitsuyuki Akita is found on staff or even affiliated with the university. So I don't know. The guy that did this is not affiliated with that university, but he's
Did
not
he?
entirely a fictional character. He is real. He did do this. He did make a burger out of human excrement.
Yep.
That's gross, but yeah, they didn't use
He
human
made a
excrement on
bullshit burger.
Snowpiercer, but they were grinding up cockroaches and feeding them to the
Mm.
people. They were
All right,
called
y'all praise
protein
God.
bars.
I'm out.
What'd you say?
Well, hey, if we're looking at the point of food insecurity, so
Yeah, that's crazy. I know that went like way
mhm,
left with the food thing. That shit is
mhm.
crazy. It might be the post that I put up to advertise the show tomorrow. Yeah. Fecal burgers. Get
Shit
into it.
burger.
That shit is nasty. Well, anyway, we are going to go. I don't know who y'all are going for in the Super Bowl. I'm just coming for the halftime show. I don't care about the rest of it. I
We're
got
going for
I
time.
rooting
Usher.
for
Look, we rooting
commercials,
Yeah,
for
we're going
Usher.
for Usher Raymond the Fourth.
and I
Yep.
knew it. I need a good hand, and I needed a good football game. I really don't care who wins as long as it's a good game. If it's a
Yeah.
blowout, I'll be asleep before
Mm.
halftime.
Hey
Well,
y'all,
look,
be
I don't know.
prepared
That's
to
all I
see a
want to see.
lot of Taylor Swift. This is a Taylor Swift Super Bowl.
So that means I'm rooting for the
Look,
Niners. Let's go. Bang, bang, Niner game.
I don't know what that means. None of us know
The
what it
49ers,
means. It sounds
that's
provocative.
their fan base. That's their catchphrase when they run a
What
roof
is it?
for the
Bang
49ers,
bang.
their fan bang bang Niner
Bang bang
gang.
Niner gang. Bang
Bang
bang.
bang what?
Bang
Bang
gang
bang
bang.
Niner gang.
That sounds, you know what, Cheryl, shut up. Okay, listen.
Gang bang.
I ain't
Is
gonna
that
say
what
what
you were
that
thinking
sound
about?
like to me in my mind.
Okay.
It sounds like that's no longer a
Gay
microphone.
bang?
And on that
Bang
note,
bang Niners
Gay
gang.
bang? Yeah, I know, like gay bang.
Would have
Give it
been
up.
swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything?
Stop it. Oh my God.
I
And
was
on
thinking
that note,
of the Scooby Doo commercial, the
oh
Scooby,
gee.
oh,
On that note, we're going to bid y'all good night. Thanks for tuning in and
and
watching.
I
Catch us
wouldn't
tomorrow
be
on BWNC Radio at
swallowed.
10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't have the app, download it right now so you can be ready in the morning. Come for the podcast, stay for the music, and catch
That's
us on
right.
all other streaming platforms
Yep.
Wednesday at 5 o'clock in the morning. Thank
Yep.
you all
Yep.
for joining us, rocking with us. We are out.
Mm.
Good night. Peace.
Watch burgers. Watch what
Uh-huh.
burgers.
No, no burgers. No burgers.